Hello my dear friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself I am Logus Jogi. I have completed MSc in Agriculture Seed Science and Technology, Specialization Seed Science and Technology from HNB Central University Srinagar Uttarakhand in 2020. I have got a 52 rank in PhD program Seed Science and Technology from Indian Council of Agriculture Research ICR All India Entrance Examination for Admission in 2021. Today I am going to tell about the topic Seeds Control Order 1 1983. The Government of India issued Seeds Control Order 1 1983 on 30th December 1 1983 under the Essential Commodities Act 1 1955 to license seed dealers, those engaged in selling, exporting and importing seeds including their agents throughout the country. The empowered the state governments, union territories to either compulsorily license all the seed dealers within their jurisdiction or exempt such class of seed dealer deemed fit to in through official gazette notification. No person can be sell, export or import seeds unless the happens the license to do so are exempted from doing so through official gazette notification. The licensed dealers are required to display opening and closing of different seed held by item and the price list on daily basis. They are also required to issue cash credit sell memo, maintain records and faithfully avoid the directives of control of seed to Government of India if any regarding distribution of seeds. Statutory bodies. First, controller of seeds. The central government is required to appoint a person as controller of seeds to exercise all or any function of the control under Section Control Order 1 1983. 2. Licensing authority. The state government, union territories are required to appoint licensing authority, registering authority for licensing seed dealer. They may appoint such number of person as demanded necessary to licensing authority, especially specify their respective area of jurisdictions. Third, inspector enforcement authority. The state government, union territories are required to appoint number of person as demand necessary to be inspector, seed dealers, control inspectors and specify their respective areas of jurisdictions of enforcement of seeds control order 1 1983. Power of inspector seed dealers, control inspectors for securing the compliance of seed control order. Inspector may exercise following power. He may require any seed dealer to give the information regarding purchase, storage and sale of seeds. Second, he may upon information search any premises where any seed is stored or exhibited for sales. Third, he may draw sample for seed meat for sale, export or seeds imported and send these samples The state seed testing laboratories notify under the provision of Seed Act 1 1966 to verify whether the samples conforms to standard or quality claimed. The state seed testing laboratories shall furnish the required information to the concerned inspector within 60 days from the date of receipt of the sample in the laboratory. 4. He may seize or detain any seeds in respect of which he has reason to believe that a contravention of his order has been committed or is being committed. The provision of section 100 of Code of Criminal Procedures 1 1973 2 of 1 1974 relating to search and seizure shall so far as may be applied to such searches and seizures behavior whenever inspector seizes and any stock he is required to forthwith report the fact of such seizure to a magistrate, whereupon the provisions of section 457 and 458 of the Code of Criminal Procedures 1 1973 2 of 1 1974 shall so far as may be applied to the custody and disposal of such seed. For appellate authority, the state government, union territories are required to specify the appellate authority to deal with the matter related to the enforcement of Seed Control Order 1 1983. Grant of license. First, requirements for the grant of license. The applicant must not have been convicted under the Essential Commodities Act 1 1955 or any order issued thereunder within the last 3 years preceding the date of application, also his previous license. If any, must not be under suspension or cancelled with last 1 year preceding the date of application. Second, terms of condition for the grant of a license. The grant of license is subject to following terms and conditions. First, that the license shall be displayed on the shop at the place where it can be readily seen by the customer and all other concerned. Second, that the holder of the license shall comply with the provisions of Seeds Control Order 1 1983 and the notification issued thereunder and for the time of being in force. Third, the license is valid for a period of 3 years unless suspended or cancelled before the expiry of the validity period. It is however renewal of application. For that the holder of license shall report may any change of premises to the licensing authority. 5. That the holder of the license shall extend every facility to the licensing authority or any of its officers for the inspection of seed stock in his shop, depot or godown or any other places used by him for the purposes of storage, sale or export of seeds. Third, procedures for obtaining license. Those interested in obtaining license as seed dealer may do so by submitting his their application in the prescribed from the licensing authority together with a fee of rupees 50 only. The licensing authority, after examining the application and upon being satisfied that the applicant fulfills the requirements to grant of license, grants the license. The license authority, if satisfied that the applicant does not fulfill the requirements for the grant of license, may be refused to issue the license by recording his reasons to do so. 4. Period periods of validity of license. Every license, unless suspended or cancelled prior the expiry of validity period, shall be valid for 3 years from the date of its issue. The licensing authority shall be amend, renew the license on receipt of the application for renewal along with the prescribed application fee. 5. Suspension cancellation of the dealer's license. The license authority, after giving the holder of seed dealer's license an opportunity of being heard, may suspended and or cancel the license on the following 2 grounds. First, that the license was obtained by the misrepresentations as the two material particulars. Second, that any of the provisions of Seeds Control Order 1983 has been contravened. 6. Appeal against the licensing authority. The person's aggrievement by an order of licensing authority refusing of grant, amend or refuse the license of sale, export or import of seed, and suspending or cancelling any license, may appeal to the appellate authority specified by the Government of India within 60 days for the date of such order. The application of appeal should be accompanied with a appeal fee of rupees 50 only. The decision of the appellate authority shall be final. The Plant Varieties Act. The principal objective of the Plant Varieties Act is to stimulate both the private and public investment of the plant breedings, research, and enhance the interest of the plant breeders in the development of outstanding crop varieties and the propagating materials by the granting variety protection right, such as control over seed production, marketing, export and import of seed in respect of new varieties developed by them. The varieties so protected shall be termed as protected varieties. Rights of the holders of protected varieties. First, the private organizations, individuals shall have exclusive rights on the funds or dividends arising out of the sale of seeds, export and import of seeds, etc. in respect of the varieties for which they hold varieties protection rights. Second, the Government of India shall have an exclusive right on the fund or dividends arising out of the sale, export and import of seeds, etc. in respect of all such protected varieties which have been developed by the public sector, institute the funds and resources so granted so generated shall be exclusively used for the plant breeding research. Exchange of germplasm. First, the National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources (NBPGR) shall freely exchange germplasm with such countries who allow free access to their germplasm with a proviso that the germplasm supplied shall not be transferred to any other country without the authorization by the Government of India. The National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources (NBPGR) shall exchange germplasm on mutually agreed terms and conditions with all such countries who do not permit free access. The germplasm conserved at the International Agricultural Research Centre shall be accessible to the corrected without any hindrance. Protection of extant varieties propagating materials. The extant variety, that is the varieties released and notified under the Seed Act, may be granted protection on request for a period of 15 years for crop species and 18 years for tree species. After the expiry of prescribed period, the shall be dealt with in the same manner as the germplasm exchange. Protection of new plant varieties or propagating materials. First, the new varieties shall be protected for the period of 15 years for crop species and 18 years for tree species only if it conforms to the following criterion. First, it is clearly distinguishable in regard to the at least one identifiable character from all other known varieties of that crop and satisfies the requirements such as distinctness, uniformity and stability. Second, it is not been marketed in India prior to the date of filling the application, and third, in the other countries it has not been marketed to for more than past 6 years. 2. Essentially derived varieties, that is varieties not distinguishable for the protected varieties are such as varieties whose seed production require the use of certain protected variety shall also be protected in the same manner as the new plant varieties. Third, seeds of protect varieties could be sold only through the registered dealers and when it is duly certified. Upon satisfying itself that the necessary requirements have been met, the authority shall issue the certificate in respect of production of new variety incorporating such conditions as demanded fit to it. Compulsory license. The authority at its discretions may give license to a persons or agencies to whom the considers appropriate for seed production and seed sale of specific varieties for specific periods on prescribed terms and conditions. Researcher rights. Nothing it is this act evidence of restricts are the rights of the researcher the have free and complete access to protected materials for research use and For developing new varieties of plants, breeder authorizations is not required for use in bona fide researches. Community acts, community rights. The act recognizes the contributions of Indian farmers towards the conversations of local germplasm land races. The authority at its discretions may appropriate reward and or compensate their contributions as deemed deemed appropriate to it. Farmers' rights. First, the traditional right of farmer to save, use, exchange, share and sell propagating materials or seed from seed obtained or discarded from seed obtained of the denominations of varieties shall remain intact except sale of branded branded seed propagating materials. Second, the farmers will be entitled for suitable compensations from the breeder of the protected variety or seller in the event of failure in the stated performance of protect varieties. Administrations, the central government shall establish the authority for ministrating the act.